So today's my first day of a new 9-week strength block. It's been a long time since we've done anything strength specific. For the last year, it's been primarily just like bodybuilding, hypertrophy style stuff. So I'm really excited to get back into just a strength focus. So I'm lifting 4 days a week and doing conditioning 2 days a week, and then a day of like high volume band work. I have 2 max effort days and 2 dynamic effort days. So this is kind of a conjugate style of programming. We move in 3-week waves. So the first 3 weeks will be a specific set of lifts, a specific set of accessories. And then depending on where my weak points are, we'll change that for the next wave. So right now I'm warming up, getting ready for my first max effort. It's been about 1.5 years since I've like low bar squatted. I mean, I've been squatting, but it's been a long time since I've like squatted with this specific style. So while it's max effort, I'm gonna hold back a little bit, like RPE 9. It's supposed to be RPE 10, but we're gonna go for like RPE 9 today and see how it goes. So the way that max effort works is you go for an all-out rep max for that day. So RPE 10 of this lift. I've given myself 8 sets of 2 to get to that all-out rep max. My videographer asked a good question. What happens if you hit your max before you get to your 8 sets? Plan is if I hit it, then I'll back off so I get the accumulated volume that I need. I'll probably back off maybe 10-15%, but ideally you should get to that 8 set with your all-out rep max. So like I mentioned, I'm new to this and it's been about 1.5 years since I've low bar squatted, so I'm taking it a little bit easier. I'm going for like a RPE 9, and then as I get deeper into the strength block, we'll get up to RPE 10. So time's almost up, so I'm gonna get ready to go. All right, we're gonna call that at, 4:30. I'm starting to feel form breakdown, and I'm actually getting kind of crampy in my groin. So I'm happy with that, set 7 at 4:30. So I'm gonna back off 20% just to get some more volume for that last set. So I'll go from 4:30 down to 3:40, quick double, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. But all in all, I'm thoroughly surprised because it's been 1.5 years since I've done that, so not bad. Okay, so squats are done. Now we're gonna go into the repeated effort methods, which is essentially just accessory work. The way I'm treating these is an RAR of 2. So an RPE of 8, so it's still hard, but leaving a couple reps in the tank. So I've got glute ham raise, rear foot, elevated split squat, reverse hypers, seated cable crunch. I don't have a reverse hyper here, so you're gonna see how I approach that. We're gonna get kind of creative, but really happy with the squat. I'm feeling some tenderness in my groin area and my lower back, probably because I haven't done this in a while, but nothing I'm too worried about. So all in all, I'm happy. So, the glute ham raise, I'm looking to explode out of the bottom and control the negative as much as possible. Because what I've learned with dedicated like hypertrophy is a lot of muscle damage occurs in the eccentric. Now, with a low CNS fatiguing exercise like this, I see no reason why you can't prolong the eccentric. So I'm using a lighter load, focusing on exploding up, controlling the negative all the way down. And I can already tell that my electrolyte levels aren't very good because I'm already getting cramps in my hamstrings and it kind of sucks. So, but we power through. Rear foot, elevated split squat. I don't understand why people put their foot so high up on a bench and why they have such a wide stance. There's a lot of instability in that. And you take the working muscles through a shorter range of motion, so I don't understand that. So what I've found to be a little more effective is not stepping out so far, actually staying pretty close, having a wider stance, and closing the angle of the knee more. I find you go through a greater range of motion. It's not nearly as complicated to get stable. So try that. I like it. You might like it. So I gave myself reverse hypers, but I don't have a reverse hyper at this gym. So we're trying this out, 2 boxes on a power rack. So I have something to hold on to. The only thing I haven't figured out yet is loading it. So for now, we're just gonna do like 25 reps. I don't have time to try anything else, so we're just gonna go with this for now. But tomorrow I'll have some free time. I'll come in here and do more brainstorming. I'll figure something out. So the reason why I like reverse hypers, and Louis Simmons kind of explains this, that we spend so much time axial loading the spine, so loading from the top, that his logic was like, well, I got all this back pain, I got all these problems, what if I loaded from the bottom? And so it's like a reverse hip hinge. Instead of hinging at the torso, you hinge at the legs. So I've had my fair share of like back issues. I found that reverse hypers, you're just able to like pump a lot of blood and lactate and growth factors into your lower back. So from a rehab perspective, I find a lot of value in the reverse hyper. So shout out to this gym, get a reverse hyper. So. I like doing cable crunches on a lat pull down machine. Primarily because a lot of people turn a cable crunch ab exercise into a hip extension exercise. So there's so much instability in the traditional way of doing a cable crunch that they're just using the hip extensors in their psoas and not the abdominis. So by taking out the legs and already getting your hip flexors out of the equation and just using spinal flexion, you're loading your abs the entire time. So it's a way more effective way, in my opinion, of doing a cable crunch.